Hey, what's going on? I'm here to lay it out straight. We're living in a world ripped apart by a global, controlled food demolition, and people still act like it's just one of those things. It's not an accident. It's the setup for a dark future, a real-life Hunger Games with more losers every year. Imagine God looking down at the mess and asking, "What are you people doing? Seriously, what are you doing?" And that's the question we all need to face. Let's roll back the history for a minute. Back in the 50s, the CIA launched Operation Mockingbird, a program designed to spread propaganda all over America. It's not just a relic. Today, they've spawned entire disinformation boards, whose job is to stamp out truth and label anything inconvenient as conspiracy theory. Good luck Googling food processing plant fires or trying to research chicken shortages. You'll drown in pages and pages of cooked-up explanations, editorial disclaimers, and denials. The real stuff gets buried so deep, you'd think it never happened. Here's the hard fact. Food processing plants have burned down all over the United States and beyond. These are not isolated kitchen fires. They are massive warehouses with hundreds of workers suddenly out of jobs and nothing to go home to. The official word? Coincidence. The real word? Sabotage. And if you think all those jobs came back, think again. This all started ramping up in 2022 and hasn't stopped since. Now the world is weaponizing food. It's war. And not just the regular kind. In California, state officials refused to restock fish because they claimed bacteria had infected the supply. 600,000 fish killed, streams left empty, and fishermen told to buzz off. Bacteria virus, whatever the excuse of the year, it lands the same way. No fish for you. Texas runs its own food war too. They started killing deer from farms because of chronic wasting disease, basically a zombie deer scare. How many were infected? They find one, then wipe out entire herds. Deer hunters, instead of heading into the woods, now fork over cash for hunting licenses, tags, and mandatory disease testing. Want venison for dinner? It'll cost you, and next year you might not get anything at all. Europe went after its chickens and sheep. England destroyed 5 million chickens due to a bird flu outbreak. Now every chicken must be tagged and barcoded, and eggs might need tracking numbers just to hit the market. They want PCR testing for poultry. And if the result swings wrong, every bird is short for this world. Add in mad cow disease, farms lose entire herds overnight, sometimes on a single questionable test. Farmers see their livelihood shattered and the news says it's for your safety. Meanwhile, egg and meat prices have exploded, squeezing out small producers. Chaos reigns in the farming world. Fertilizer businesses are being shut down. Tractor parts are delayed for over a month. Fuel prices are breaking $6 a gallon, and shipping is slower than ever. Barges filled with food rot at the docks because shipping lanes are a mess, and the cost of moving food is now through the roof. Farmers spend more to move their harvest than they can ever earn selling it. Weather isn't an ally either. Greenhouses sit empty as extreme floods and droughts wipe out crops, and some of that isn't just bad luck. Weather modification programs, whether admitted or not, can make it rain, snow, dry up, or flood on schedule. Too much water, not enough water, too many rules. Farmers lose every time, and regular folks get slapped with higher bills and less to buy. Government regulations pile on, making life a living hell for anyone daring to feed themselves. In Australia, new laws mean agents can invade your farm without ID, grill you for paperwork, and slap down $1,800 fines for the slightest infraction. They can even seize animals and order expensive testing on a whim. Ever try to run a farm while filling out government forms for every egg, hoof, and crop? It's a full-time job designed to burn you out. Let's talk about how food really gets wasted, not by your leftovers, but the big stuff. When you cull flocks by the millions, shut down shipping lanes until the food rots in containers, or subsidize farmers for leaving fields empty, you aren't reducing food waste, you're creating it on purpose. There's a whole industry dedicated to paying farmers not to grow crops, and if there's a flood, drought, or forced closure, that's chalked up as bad luck, but it's often engineered. Bureaucrats love to invent new scapegoats. One year, it's climate change. Next year, it's gender equality on farms, as if letting women grow potatoes in Somalia will bring down the price of steak in Cincinnati. They'll blame poor nutrition because the only food some people can afford is boxed, canned, sprayed with pesticides, or loaded with moldicides and insecticides. Eating processed food every day? That's the bottom rung. They'll blame you for it when the system built the ladder. Here's a local story for you. In Ohio, someone banned planting certain flowering trees because a liberal woman complained they smelled like fish. It didn't matter that bees need those blossoms for pollination. Her nose wins, ecology loses, and everyone wonders why honey costs double. Don't buy the forced migration lie either. Wars push people out of places loaded with food, Ukraine being a prime example, into regions with little to go around. It's social engineering done for effect, then buried under natural disaster reporting. What does this mean for you and me? Go to the grocery store. In the old days, $100 filled your cart. Now, you're lucky if you can carry everything with two hands. Small businesses tell me nobody fills carts anymore. Everybody plans their meals day by day because bulk buying is no longer affordable. I've witnessed the whole shift firsthand. 40 years and 18,000 home inspections later, I see refrigerators with just delivered food, a pizza box, 4 or 5 condiments, maybe a pint of ice cream, a couple of frozen dinners, and hopefully some chicken. Freezers used to be packed in garages and basements, but that's ancient history. Cupboards with shelf staples are empty or stacked with nearly expired cereal, soup, and crackers. When I inspect homes now, people hope I won't even open their fridge. Community gardens have become a lifeline for urban dwellers. You don't need to bribe city officials to stake out a spot. If there's an empty lot, offer to cut the grass. Sometimes all it takes is a fence and some stakes to turn wasted land into a mini farm. In suburban areas, neighbors might frown at tomato plants in the front yard, but do it anyway. Tomatoes, beans, colorful fruit, they all look like flowers and feed you more than any rose bush. Drill holes in your gutters, put pots underneath, and get free water every time it rains. It's time to get practical. Food banks can only do so much. You'll find the lines in Cleveland running half a mile. Most of the boxed food was either overpriced or had gone bad by the time it sat on the shelf. Even salvage stores sell cans from a decade ago. Expiration dates mean little when the alternative is empty shelves. Don't be shocked if you see rationing soon. We rationed gas in the 70s. Why not hamburgers next? This year was bad for farmers, next will be worse. Eat through your cupboard extras, clear out what you haven't touched in months, and get ready for next spring. Use planters, driveways, patios, whatever space you have. Every meal you grow yourself keeps you out of the food bank line. Don't expect help from the big players. Google and disinformation police bury the facts, keeping you compliant with narratives and distractions. The president calls it fake news. The shoe fits. The reality is apparent if you bother to look. And about my expertise. I've been inspecting homes for 40 years, tackling everything from waterproofing to expert witness reports. If your house is broken, I'll probably know how to fix it in 15 minutes, photos or not. But no one can fix a food system built on sabotage. Fend for yourself or get fenced out of your next meal. So here it is. Fend for yourself. Worry about your own food. Take up gardening, collect water, plan your meals. Don't trust anyone else to feed you. If you sit back and wait, you'll be fighting over soggy bread with your neighbor. The system doesn't care. If you don't take control, you'll be the next one left hungry.